Hello guys, Gaming Dad 56 here. Welcome to the next episode of the $10 million challenge. Today, gonna go ahead and guess, gonna be a time-lapse heavy episode. Why? Because we are going to get this field harvested for silage. We've got the tractor here ready to go, we've got the Rostelmash ready to go, and it's time to harvest this, load up another bunker full of silage. The one that we already did is ready to be sold, so we need to get that done as well. Don't know if that's going to happen today. We'll just have to see. Alright, so he should be good. Hire the worker on the Rostelmash. And then we will drive this guy just like last time. See if we can get going before he has to stop. Ha, perfect. So this should go pretty smoothly. We've done this once already. This trailer handles the silage fairly well. It could be bigger, but you know, it is what it is right now. And based on how quickly this grew, I'm thinking we're getting close to the point where we need bigger equipment. We're almost at the limit of what we can handle, how many fields we can handle with the equipment that we have. It's not, we had workers doing a lot of the work. It's not taking all that much time for the fields to regrow again. So eventually we're going to have to look at getting bigger equipment if we want to expand our fields and you know, grow the farm, which obviously is the goal. That's the only way we're going to get to $10 million. So we're going to have to make some money. We're going to have to probably do some silage harvest and some grass silage bales as well, and use both of those to make ourselves a considerable amount of money so we can afford to upgrade to some larger equipment. And we're going to do what we did last time we had a silage harvest. Because this is going to be a long and arduous process, I am going to time-lapse this for you guys, which means this episode will be fairly heavy on time-lapse. If you're not a huge fan of time-lapse episodes, feel free to just go ahead and skip forward to the next episode. I will try to come back in and comment every once in a while on what's going on, but for the most part, we're going to be time-lapsing because this is a long job. Alright? So, just a fair warning for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop off the first load of silage, though, before I start a time-lapse. We're almost full, so kind of makes sense to just wait. We didn't even make it one round on this field, though, before we were full. And that was the shortest side of the field as well. So I'm thinking we're going to have a lot of silage. Last time we did this field, I don't remember if we ended up getting it fully fertilized before we harvested it. And we're not even in the fully fertilized portion. I just about said fartilized. Now I have said it, and it's kind of funny. The fully fertilized portion of the field, which means when we get to that fully fertilized portion, it's going to be even more. We're not going to make it one pass before we're full, I'm thinking. So this we could end up with a lot of silage here, even more than we have in the bunker that's already full over there, possibly. Let's get it going, get this all dropped off. Now, I don't think, I forget here. Oh yeah, and I want to do, last time I did this, it worked out pretty well. You kind of want to do 2 unloading rows. One kind of on one side of the bunker and one on the other. And there's no real unload, so you have to use left control I when doing silage. And then when it starts to unload, you just drive forward. Perfect. So that leaves a nice pile there. And then we'll come with the next load, we'll do it on the other side of the bunker. And we'll just keep doing that as we go down the bunker. Let's see how much we ended up with here. Just real quick, while we're here. This is fully fermented. So let's go ahead and open the silo. See if I can get a number. Yeah. 386,000 liters of silage. That's going to be fun to sell. We could actually set up a Courseplay route and get that selling right now if we wanted to, so that we didn't have to do it, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. We're still pretty early in the farm, and I am enjoying doing some things by myself. Eventually we're going to have things like that set up on Courseplay, because it's going to take a while to get that done. And actually, now that I think about it, I might just do that. I might just go set it up on Courseplay. Setting Courseplay, I tell you what, eventually we will set that up as a Courseplay route, but right now I'm not going to, because I need to brush up on setting up Courseplay routes for unloading with the shovels. There's kind of a trick to it, and I want to make sure I read up on it real quick before I try to do it on screen. So we won't do that yet. Maybe next episode I'll have that set up for you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start the time-lapse. If you guys want to, if you don't want to watch the time-lapse, feel free to go ahead and skip to the next episode. But this will start the time-lapse for the silage. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, welcome back from one of the time lapses that will make up a large portion of this episode. I came back because I was thinking, hey, we've gotten into the field a little ways. It's probably time to get the other guy started planting. And then he'll just, he might catch up to us, but whatever, it'll be fine. But then I thought, I can't plant. He's got, that corn planter's not you can't seed directly into stubble from the previous crop. You have to cultivate first. So I can't even do it. I've got to have the cultivator first, which works out well anyway, because realistically I want to fertilize first, then I want to cultivate, and then as I'm seeding, it'll fertilize again, and then by the time the crop is planted, we're already 2 stages of fertilizer in. And realistically, I might be able to fertilize after cultivating, and then when he goes to plant, we'll be fully fertilized, and won't even have to worry about it. So, long story short, I came back to tell you guys that I can't even go do the planting like I wanted to. And we should have, as you can see, it's starting to spill over the edge a little bit. Should have started this a little further into the bunker. But oh well. We'll make it work. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. This is, if I remember correctly, this will be episode 23? Maybe 24? I don't even remember. But anyway, not important. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This has been an interesting series for me. I love to play Farm Sim. But as much as I love to play it, it's nice to have something to do. Some kind of goal that you're striving towards. I have other save games in Farm Sim that I play regularly as well, where I just kind of play for fun. I have one that's been going since FS17 first came out, so that one's a lot of fun. But this has been nice because it is something different. It's going back to playing the game almost, pretty close to as it was out of the box. There's a few mods that I have in here, but not too many. And it's a nice way to kind of play the game the way Giants actually made it, but with a goal in mind. Because as Giants made the original game, I lose interest after playing it for a little while because it's hard to really grow. It's hard to, you've done everything after a few hours of playing, maybe 10 or 15 hours of playing, you've done pretty much everything the game has to offer. So this is a way to really keep it interesting. I hope you guys find that as well. We will eventually get to $10 million. It doesn't seem like it because we're only at $100,000 right now. But I'm thinking $10 million is going to be the total wealth of the entire farm. So after we sell off all of our equipment, after we sell off all of our fields, we hit that $10 million mark, and I'll consider that a successful series. I've also been, I know I don't do it on the channel too much. Right now the channel is pretty much dedicated to Farming Simulator, and the main reason for that is really just because I don't have that much time to record and edit. The recording part takes a certain amount of time, especially if you're doing time lapses, but editing takes a while as well. And I just don't have that much time to do it. So with the $10 million challenge being kind of one of the main goals on this channel, I got to devote a lot of my time, what recording time I do have, ends up being devoted to that. But there are other games I like to play. I've been playing Supreme Ruler Ultimate lately, which is a fun game, completely different genre of games, but lots of fun. Very kind of much more chill and relaxed, except for when you're in a war, and then it gets pretty intense. I've also played PC Building Simulator, which is kind of an interesting game, interesting idea for a game. When I first saw it, I even thought, why do you need a game for PC building? Like, just go out and build a PC, or this game doesn't seem like it'll last all that long. It seems like it'll get boring really quick. But then again, a lot of people think that about Farming Simulator. I've read through comments on forums and things like that where people say, it's basically that same thing. How could you play this game? That looks so boring. And we all know lots of people love Farming Simulator and can sit here and play Farming Simulator for hours without getting bored. So I figured, I'll give this PC Building Simulator game a try and see what it has to offer. And I found it really, really fun. Now I will say, I did eventually get a little bored with it. Maybe in the future, if the game can be developed so that there's more incentive to continue on. Once you play for a little while, it doesn't really feel like you're playing for anything anymore. You're just doing the same jobs over and over again, or the same types of jobs over and over again. So, if there was just something to work towards, I think that would help the game as far as playability goes. But in terms of fun, it is a fun game to play. You can go back and look at one of my previous videos. It's the only video on the channel that's not devoted to Farming Simulator right now, and it's about the new graphics card that I put in my PC, my actual PC. So I've done PC building in real life on my own, just kind of as a hobby, as part of loving to play PC games. So the game, I found the game pretty fun and engaging. and you know, relatively realistic as well, in a way that people like me can kind of go out and get that fix of building a computer without going out and spending all the money that's required to actually go out and build a computer. Because, I mean, let's face it, building an actual gaming PC is not a cheap endeavor. So, that game was quite fun. And then, most recently, I actually fell back a little bit into Fallout 4. Now, I don't know that any of these games will ever make it onto the channel. We'll see. It all depends on, you know, how much time I have to record and things like that, and what I'm into at the time. When it comes to recording, I still find Farming Simulator one of the best games to record. Fallout is quite fun, and I just saw they're coming out with the newest version of Fallout 76, sometime here in the near future. So that kind of made me revisit Fallout 4 again, which that's another game I've had a lot of fun in, and there's a lot of awesome elements to Fallout, but then again, there's also a lot of things I would like to see that would make the game, again, more playable and more sustainable. One of my biggest things with games is sustainability. Can you keep playing it for a long time, or do you play it for a month and then you're done with it? And as far as that goes, Farming Simulator, for me at least, Farming Simulator has and probably always will be one of the most playable games, sustainable games. I can sit here and play Farming Simulator for a long period of time, and I might take a break every once in a while, but then I always come back to it because it's just, there's something about Farming Simulator, it's just so much fun. Anyway, nice little break from the time-lapse. I'm going to get back into the next time-lapse so we can progress through more of this field. And I left too early. Come on. Empty. That's it. You didn't even put anything in there. Man, who hired the rookie driver? Alright. We'll start the next time-lapse, and I will see you guys whenever I decide to end the next time-lapse. Alright, we are on our way to the biogas plant to drop off yet another load of silage. This is actually going fairly quick, and we're doing pretty well. I'm curious to see how much we're going to end up with. I haven't looked at how much chaff is in the silage bunker yet, and I'm not going to until we're done. Be interesting to see if we end up with more or less or about the same as we did last time. Shouldn't be more, or shouldn't be about the same. It should either be more or less. I just don't remember what stage of fertilization we got this field to before we did silage last time. But it is going well. We are doing well. Got a lot done. We're about halfway done with the field at this point. Although we are getting into the portion of the field that is fully fertilized, which means although we're halfway done with kind of the area of the field, we're not halfway done with the work yet. We've got this bunker filling up nicely. We've almost made it to the other end. And this time while doing silage, I'm not forgetting to put the back gate down like I did last time. I kept having so much trouble last time that I kept forgetting to put the back gate down. We could really do with a larger trailer. Now, it's not a necessity. Obviously, this is working, and for no more than we do, this will continue to work. But at some point in the future, since we know we're going to continue to do silage a lot, because we have the equipment to do it, and it's a great way to make money, we're going to have to bite the bullet and invest in a larger trailer, something that can handle a larger capacity of chaff. Because this, we're having to go to the bunker after, basically less than one round in the field. It's just taking forever. Eventually, I'll probably want to Courseplay these routes as well, so that we could have somebody else carting chaff to the silage plant alongside of us, or kind of with us, so that the Rosamash doesn't have to stop as much. I could technically do it right now because I do have another trailer that can handle chaff, but it only holds about 8,000 liters, and you can see how quickly that trailer would fill up. We're already at over 5,000, almost 6,000 liters, and we've only been back for like 5 seconds. So that other trailer would basically be worthless for the purposes of carting chaff, which is the main reason I'm not using it. It's the Rosamash is still going to end up sitting here a lot. That's a second person that I have to pay to do the job, and they're just not going to do a whole lot of good. So we're not going to do it with that trailer. Once we get another trailer, we'll keep this one, and then at that point we should be able to set up Courseplay routes and have somebody help us cart chaff to the silage plant. So that'll be good. All in the future. It's all in the future. Gotta get there. The $100,000 in the bank account though, and I think around $170,000 worth of silage ready to sell. Just need to sell it. We are in a good position. We'll buy field 11. We'll expand into that field. And then that's yet another field that we have to grow crops on and make more money. I still have to decide what I'm going to do with that field. I don't know if I want to grow arable crops, if I want to turn it into a grass field and mow silage bales. We made a lot of money 2 episodes ago from all the silage bales that we mowed. So clearly that's a pretty positive way of making money, but I also commented in that episode, there's so much grass around here that you can cut on field edges and things like that. I really hate to turn a field into grass just to do that. It might be more beneficial if I was going to do silage to turn it into a corn field and cut silage from it that way. I'm not sure. It would be kind of nice to have another corn silage field, but like this field would make a lot of sense for that. It's not super huge, but it is right next to the biogas plant. So if I was going to do another silage field, that one kind of makes sense to me. It would be nice to have a second silage field so that we can have this going more often. The only issue with it is doing silage work like this is very time intensive for me. I have to sit here and cart one of the trailers full of chaff to the biogas plant. So it doesn't really free me up to do any other activities. Now, if I get it to the point where we Courseplay it, that would alleviate that problem a bit. And we're stuck. There we go. But I'm just not sure. Get to the point where what I really don't want, although I am trying to make money quickly in this series, I don't want to get to the point where we're always doing the same thing. Cutting grass and turning it into bales for silage is a great way to make money. But I don't want to do that all the time because it will get so boring for you guys watching and for me. So I'm trying to keep what we do varied. We've already got 3 fields that we planted for arable crops, although one of those is corn. So we very well could cut that for silage as well. It just depends. I'm thinking we're going to actually harvest that other corn field as corn, just to do something different. And then of course we've got all the other crops that we can grow, which we will definitely continue to do. Alright, as we get back here, we'll take another look. We'll see where we're at on the field, and then it's going to be time for yet another time lapse. Because we are already quite a ways into this episode, and we still have a good portion of the field left to do. Yeah, look how much of the field is left. My goodness, this is going to take a while. Alright, starting the next time lapse, and I will come back with just probably a quick update next time. And the rest of this episode is probably pretty much going to have to be time lapses, otherwise we're not going to be able to fit it into the episode. So I'll see you guys when I get back from this time lapse. Alright, guys, that was about as long as I could stand to leave you on a time lapse. Whew, update. We are getting close to being done with the field. It's been a long process. This is going to be... It's amazing that most of this episode is going to end up being time lapses. Just how long it actually takes to do this, and how little actually comes out, you know, in total time in the episode. But, whew, this is the update. I just wanted to make this one quick. And then what we're going to do is a jump cut until the end. Because, to be fair, I just don't want to put you back on another time lapse. We are almost done, so you won't be missing too much. You've seen basically the entire field get done, and well, let's face it, you know how this process works at this point. So once we dump this, we're gonna jump cut till we are done with the silage field, and then I'll come back and we'll take a look at how much we ended up with in this bunker. I think it's going to be a pretty substantial amount. Alright, there we go, just compacting a little bit there. I will see you guys when we get done with the field. Alright, here we go. We are on the last pass. There's only a few rows here. I think we're going to be able to finish this field up in this pass. Hopefully. Otherwise, I'm going to have to redo this all over again. But it's looking like it is. It's not filling up too fast, so we'll finish this up. This will be the whole field done in one episode. Most of it in time lapse. A little bit of it with some jump cuts. I have no idea how many times I have driven over to the biogas facility and dumped a trailer full of chaff, but we will see how full it is this time. Almost there. It feels good to be done with this field because this is going to amount to a pretty considerable amount of money. Excellent. Done. Now I can stop paying him finally. I think he cost me several $1,000s. That's okay though, because how else would we have done it? 80% full. The final trailer load. And just think, this wasn't even with the field fully fertilized. Only about half of the field was fully fertilized, and the other half of it was only in stage 2. So however much we get, it could have been even more. So much silage. Then we have to go through the process of compacting it and covering it and waiting for it to ferment. But I'm going to take care of that off screen so you guys don't have to watch that. Next episode, we're going to be selling the other bunker that has completely fermented silage in it so that we can get the money from that. So I'm super excited about another large influx of money to the farm, giving us, you know, just more money to be able to do what we need to do. So I went down each side, then I came back down and went down the middle and filled that completely up, and now I'm back to going down the sides again. This is kind of my system for filling up the silos so that you don't get a pile that's too big. I kind of want to do it progressively so you can still get up onto it with the tractor. Alright, there it is. Close it down. How much do we have? 420,000 liters. Holy cow. And that is not even fully fertilized. This one only had like 300 and something thousand. So we added another 100,000 liters to our harvest this time with the fertilization. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Gaming Dad 56 here. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. I will see you next time, the next episode of the $10 million challenge.